I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Home. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rock in Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezie. Y'all want this party started right? Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Yeah, y'all. Y'all know how we get this thing started in the mornings. Blue Tears. Orange Tears, Blorange Tears, Bam. Yeah, y'all. Man, the day after, I still feel great. I still feel great the day after. I still feel great the day after. The day after we beat the Kings. I mean, the Cavs, I'm sorry. The day after we beat the Cavs, I still feel great. The day after we beat the Cavs, man, I still feel great. I feel like this magic carpet ride that we're on is bananas. I still feel like it's bananas. You feel me? Like, I'm still super excited. One of the things that I heard yesterday about the Knicks and Cavs this season, and I don't know if it's true, and I should probably research it, and I will, is the Cavs, we beat the Cavs every game at home. The Cavaliers this season have not beat us in Madison Square Garden. I'm going to check on that to see if that's true. I heard that from somebody or some source. I can't remember where. I'm going to check on it, though, because if that's true, we had nothing to worry about in this Cleveland series from day one. Sincere the Genius is in the building. Thank you for the generous contribution. Sincere is in here. Sincere says the Cavs got beat by 9-1-1. Let's go. 9-11. Let's go. These numbers mean a lot to New Yorkers. 9-11. Let's go. Appreciate that. Cover the Spread is in the building. Adam is in the building. Ed Winning is in the building. Kerry Cox The son of the legend is in the building. Rome Far Rock, what's good with you? Building blocks, I see you. Frederick is in the building. Will Salkin, what's happening? Yo, the Cavs have not beat the Knicks at home. That's crazy. Ed J's in the building. Bim. There it is. Ed J says we're 4-0 against them at MSG and 2-2 in Cleveland. Wow. Wow. Y'all know what that means, right? My Hudson County Public Schools education tells me that the Knicks have beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 6 out of 8. Six times out of 8 times. Wow. 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 And Sincere says, don't ever disrespect the fallen again. Exactly. Exactly. I've been hearing a lot of that on Twitter Spaces. Is the reason why I even mention it. Cleveland, from Cavs fans, that's real greasy out the mouth, brought that up. Me and State were talking about that last night. How fans can take stuff to State, how fans can take stuff to the absolute for no reason of a basketball. And for that, this is what they get. And so one of the weird narratives that I read about Kerry Cox, you read my mind. I was just getting ready to get to that. You read my mind. You read my mind. AJ Boulaz in the building. You. One of the things I was going to get to this morning, right, is blaming one guy for everything. This morning, as a matter of fact, I was just, I was a little bit late because I was, watching a video that Nick G sent me. Nick G sent me a video about a guy, of some Cavs content creator who's blaming Donovan Mitchell for everything wrong with Cleveland. Right? But here's the thing. Donovan Mitchell is not to blame for what the Cavs look like. The Knicks are just a better team. The Knicks are a better team. if you're a Knicks fan this morning, you don't have to look for any validation on why we are winning. As a Knicks fan, you should be excited about the New York Knicks actually being good. Ain't no excuses, no magic formula, no this went wrong, none of that. At the end of the day, the Knicks are a better team than the Cleveland Cavaliers. Right? It's not because, you know, we played in Cleveland or the Garden or the. At the end of the day, 5 guys are better than 5 other guys. Period. And as a warning shot to the NBA, any 5 guys that we put on a court at a time can compete with any other group of 5 guys in the NBA at a time. And this is not just a matchup thing, even though we're a matchup problem for them. It is because the Knicks are good. Otherwise is in the building. What's good, boss? Otherwise is in the building. The Knicks are just good. The Knicks are, as a team, there's something to be said about energy, chemistry, and synergy. When you put team players together, team players together, they can accomplish stuff that guys with talent flat out can't accomplish. Otherwise, says that pathway just keep getting wider, ain't it? That's my down south voice. That pathway just keep getting wider. There is a pathway. David L. Salute. Yep. There is no excuse. Like there is no reasoning. There is no or I'm sorry, there is a reason, but there is no excuse for Cleveland. The Knicks are just a better team. And you can tell. In the next round of the playoffs, once we close Cleveland, and I'm not going to assume, I'm going to assume the series is over, but I'm not going to take it for granted because it's tough coming back from 3-1. Keith Turner is in the building. It's tough coming back from 3-1. I'm assuming they're done. I'm assuming that it's over, but I'm not going to take it for granted, right? And they say you shouldn't count your chickens before they hatch, and you shouldn't look ahead. But I'm going to look ahead a little bit. I'm going to look ahead a little bit, right? And what I'm going to assume is, let me see, where is it? There it is. What I'm going to assume is this game tonight, Milwaukee and Miami, if Miami wins in Miami tonight, says, hey man, I see you out here. Yo, what I'm gonna assume tonight is that if Miami is competitive tonight, that series is going 7. Oh man, 803 is in the building. What's good, boss? Man, I love rocking with y'all, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I love rocking with y'all, man. I try to when I get this microphone to myself, I try to get like to like a few things. Like I got a pad. I have a pad full of notes and a spreadsheet here in front of me of stuff that I be wanting that I like to talk to y'all about. I don't necessarily get a chance to do it every time when it's open forum, because open forum is, well, it's open forum. You know. Excuse that, y'all. Must be something in this room. I don't even cough until I come in. I come in this room, and then all of a sudden, I'm like a baby. I can't even whisper without coughing. What I was gonna get to is this: if Miami is competitive tonight against Milwaukee, because in my mind, Milwaukee is in a must-win scenario tonight. Milwaukee is up or down, 2-1 against Miami. And if they lose tonight in Miami, they are on that slippery slope. Now, Milwaukee can come back, right? They're the number 1 seed. They probably got the best player on the planet. Blah, blah, blah. AJ says I need to get some vitamin C. Probably. I should know better, right? I should know better. But here's the thing. The Milwaukee-Miami thing is, to me, it's not about me rooting for another franchise. It's not. this is directly related to the Knicks. For one, if that series is competitive, say go to 7 games, regardless who wins or loses, right? The Knicks get a chance to do something they hadn't really had a chance to do in a while. That's rest. The Knicks get a chance to rest. Right? Here's the other thing. If Miami wins that series, the Knicks get home court advantage in the playoffs. They get to start the series off against Miami in the Garden. And why are these two things important? Why do the Knicks need rest? And why do the Knicks need to start off a playoff series in the Garden? Well, for obvious reasons. For obvious reasons. Our point guard is not at 100%. You can tell he still got his wrist taped up. Oh, I'm sorry. I put up my right hand. I'm sorry. He still got his wrist taped up. Right? He still got his wrist taped up. Right? And two, the Knicks at the Garden would value that momentum, that energy that Madison Square Garden provides. Right? That's obvious. That's obvious, right? The thing most though about this is while not taking the Miami Heat for granted, while nobody's going to take the Miami Heat for granted, right? The thing I will take for granted in a second round is that Boston will have their hands full with Philadelphia. Boston will have their hands full with Philadelphia. So what does that mean again for the Knicks? That means the Knicks get a lesser opponent, and I'm not taking Miami for granted, right? Even though I would like to beat some bricks off them, right? But if we could handle Miami like we have, if we can handle Miami like we have, and Boston and Philadelphia get into a tussle, we get the same thing kind of that we got in round one when we watched Milwaukee and Miami get into a tussle. So there is a pathway. There is a pathway. And when I say this, I don't say it to just, shoot y'all the gas. Nah, I ain't shooting the gas. I'm keeping a buck. It's basketball. At the end of the day, some of this stuff is kind of easy to predict. Soulfinger is in the building. Yo, Soulfinger is hilarious, y'all. Yo, I ain't even gonna lie to you. This brother Soulfinger is hilarious to talk to, man. Whenever y'all get a chance to talk to Soulfinger, he is hilarious, bro. So, yo, I talked to Soulfinger yesterday for a few minutes, bro. Soulfinger is hilarious. That's my guy. On a side note. Let me ask y'all this, though. I have some notes. I have some things jotted down, right? I had some things jotted down that I want to talk to y'all about, right? Like, how do you feel about being up 3-1? I want to talk about the series not being over. I want to talk about blaming players that are not homegrown for your struggles. Franchises like to do that. When you bring in a guy, like if you pay for a guy, and if he ain't a perfect, he gets to blame. But I want to get y'all opinion on some things just really quick. How far do you think this team can go? Y'all tell me. How far do you think this team can go? Do y'all think this team can beat the Boston Celtics in a matchup? Do you think we can beat the Miami Heat or Milwaukee Bucks in a matchup? Do you think this team should just focus on trying to finish off Cleveland? And dare I say this? And this is for the Brew Crew Sports in the building. Make sure y'all check them out at 11 a.m. The best team in the Western Conference, the Denver Nuggets. How do you feel? How comfortable do you feel if the Knicks were to get into a matchup with the Denver Nuggets? So I'm laying out all the finish lines for you. How do you feel? And I've just picked Denver because they're the best team in the Western Conference. How do you feel about a matchup against the Denver Nuggets? How do you feel in a matchup against the Boston Celtics or the Philadelphia 76ers? How do you feel in a matchup against Milwaukee or Miami? Understanding Miami is up 2-1 right now, and that series will probably go. That series has to go at least 5 if Miami can pull it off. It has to go at least 6 if Miami is to pull it off. Dripmore is in the building. Mets, what's good? Tomas, what's good, man? Tomas Abreu in the building. T. Smith in the building. Will Hawkins says, Nuggets finals is my dream. I could go to all the away games. Bim. Yeah. Jeremy Nussbaum's in the building. Sincere says, if we get Miami Eastern Conference Finals, if we get Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, we're going to the finals. Bim. Bim. You and I are on the same train. We're on the same, we're linear in our mindset. Wilton Manya's in the building. Wow, y'all put finals out there. Okay. Knicks and Suns in the finals. Knicks and Warriors in the finals. David L says Chip. Wow. 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 I don't know why. Hey, I know. Hey, I know what you're trying to do here. I see what you're trying to do here. I see what you're trying to do here. Otherwise, I see what you're trying to do. I got to get some coffee. I got to get some coffee first before I do that. I see what Otherwise is doing here. Yeah. Miguel P says we jumping out the window. Bro, Mr. Miguel, listen, there is a pathway. There is a pathway, right? And the thing I think Knicks fans, or not you guys per se, but a lot of Knicks fans in general, they often acknowledge there is a pathway for other teams, but never acknowledge there's a pathway for the Knicks. Like, people legit will acknowledge there is a pathway for every other team, but not for the Knicks. And I'm here to say that there's a pathway for the Knicks to exceed expectations. Scott Wolf said, same people saying we get a chip and gonna say we trash if we lose. Yep. I ain't worried about them, though. I'm not. They don't even concern me. Right? All I'm saying, if you're a Knicks fan today, just acknowledge that your team is pretty damn good. Just acknowledge that this team is a team capable of beating anybody or competing with anyone on any given night. Yep. Otherwise, I'm with you. I'm with you on this. You got to say, for all the scary fans, speak it into existence. If you say you can't see the path because you're scared or holding on to an old narrative, yeah. Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle and RJ Barrett and Josh Hart should not be paying the sins of their father, so to speak. This Knicks team should not be paying the sins for other old Knicks teams that couldn't get over the hump. They're different. The entire vibe is different. right? And the thing about where we are as a fan base, where we are as a fan base right now is, and before y'all think that I'm absolutely bonkers, right? Just hear me out completely on it, right? Hear me out completely on it. Where the Knicks are right now are where the San Antonio Spurs were on their run to being a dynasty. And hear me out. I can hear people slamming coffee mugs down right now. People slamming coffee mugs down and throwing their stapler at work. And just hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not jumping out of the window. I merely want to draw a comparison. I want to draw a comparison to a successful team. Wilton, man, you listen. I understand where you want to go with that one. And I thought about that last night. I wasn't meditating. I guess I was just laying on the sofa. And I was thinking, like, are we Golden State or are we San Antonio? The thing about Golden State is Golden State didn't have the assets, the draft picks, and the cap space and all of that to kind of add stuff. San Antonio did. And that's why I chose San Antonio. San Antonio had draft picks and draft capital and good contracts and all that stuff for them. Jay Busby in the building. Jay Busby. We out here like cats has got to walk across the office to get a stapler. Yeah, but hear me out. I don't want to make this. I don't want to take this thing over the edge. I want to draw a comparison, one that I think is reasonable and one that I think can help Knicks fans ease their mind. You know, can Knicks fans figure out if this thing is real? Right? So first of all, let me be the first to tell you that this thing is real. This thing is real. And I'm not going to shoot you the gas and say the Knicks are going to win the championship or the Knicks are going to make the Eastern Conference Finals or the Knicks are going to do. What I'm saying is every NBA champion that you've ever seen, every NBA champion that you've ever seen had a significant portion of luck. Every NBA, for instance, I hear the story about how the Detroit Pistons, the 04 Pistons is the way you're supposed to build it, blah, blah, blah. You can build a team. Man, if you, honestly, though they were the champions, in my mind now, and as I look back on it, or let me rephrase, as I watched it play out, and as I look back on it, the Indiana Pacers had the better team. The Indiana Pacers had Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal, Steven Jackson, a whole bunch of guys. The Pacers were a better team, but the Pistons got a very, very, very. The Pistons got all the breaks, bro. All the breaks you need. Why do you think that was not a dynasty? It wasn't a dynasty. That team was not dynastic because getting all the breaks is not sustainable. It's not how you build a franchise. And for that reason, I'm comparing this New York Knicks team to the San Antonio Spurs that were dynastic. For one, let me tell you why this New York Knicks team is on its way to the mountaintop, right? But before you get to the mountaintop, you have to get on the mountain, right? And the Knicks are on the mountain. Before you climb the mountain, you got to get on it. It's as simple as that. I know that's basic, right? But before you climb the mountain, you have to get on it. Right? Point number one, right? Here's point number one why I do believe the New York Knicks are on their way to the mountaintop. Just like in San Antonio, you have to have a dynamic superstar on a reasonable contract. The Spurs had Tim Duncan on a reasonable contract. And the Knicks have Jalen Brunson on a reasonable contract. The Knicks have Jalen Brunson on a reasonable contract. Nick G is in the building. Almighty Finesse was good. The Knicks have Jalen Brunson on a reasonable contract, kind of like the Golden State Warriors had Steph Curry on a below market value contract when they won their first championship. Like the San Antonio Spurs had Tim Duncan on a reasonable contract. Right? Here's the other thing. That San Antonio had that the Knicks have right now. The pieces surrounding Brunson are all locked up long-term outside of Josh Hart. The pieces around Jalen Brunson, the core pieces, Randall, RJ, Mitch, are all locked up long term. So the Knicks basically the Knicks core of Brunson, RJ, Randall, Mitch. These are I call them the core because they're starters. I'm gonna get to the bench players real quick, right? But the starters, for the most part, are all locked up long term. And the only reason why the fifth starter is not locked up long term, he hadn't hit free agency yet. He hadn't been able to be extended yet. And so you could say that even Grimes is locked up long term. Grimes is locked up. Grimes is a first round pick that just ended his second year. So Grimes has at least 2 years to become a restricted free agent. The Knicks have pick up his 4th year option and look to extend him. The only 2 core players in jeopardy are Josh Hart and Emmanuel Quickley. The ghetto intellect is in the building. Okay. So you have a core of pieces that are locked up for the short and intermediate term, right? Which means numerous things. Which means you can keep them together for a long time and let them develop together, or you can move a guy without disabling yourself long term. GS 400 is in the building. And this is just me laying out what San Antonio looks like, or what the Knicks look like versus other dynastic organizations that have won, right? So are the Knicks dynastic? Let me slow down and say this. No. But every dynasty has to start somewhere. And I think the Knicks are on that path. D Nice in the building. Jamie Peralta in the building. Anthony 212 is in the building. As I thought about this last night, I was like, oh, I can't wait to turn this microphone on. I can't wait to turn this microphone on because the Knicks have options. The Knicks have options. None of them are exactly related to this Cavs series, but more so in line with the Knicks prospectus. Where will the Knicks be in such and such amount of time, in such and such amount of time, in such and such amount of time, and in such and such amount of time? D9 says, let's go Heat. Yes. Let's go Heat. Jay Singh is in the building. So when you project or prospect with what the Knicks have, man, look forward. Don't look back. As a Knicks fan, I'm looking forward, man. I know there was, man, over the last 2 or 3 years, there have been a lot of negative Knicks stuff said. And listen, and a lot of negative Knicks stuff was said not out of us being mean, but for a lot of us being frustrated. There's a difference. Gia says, no, you want a injured Giannis. Gia, I don't know. I don't know. Some people say an injured bear is the most dangerous bear. I don't know. Keith Turner says, Knicks fans are so bipolar last week. It was trade RJ. Yeah, Knicks fans were emotional last week, bro. Knicks fans were emotional. And so when I see like the emotion of a Knicks fan or a sports fan, I don't know if I actually, it doesn't sink in as deeply as it would if it was not surface level. Nick G says, I would rather the Heat and the Bucks to go 7 and wear themselves out. Yep. I would rather the Heat win in 7. My preference is the Miami Heat in 7 with 2 double overtime games in there. I want Miami to win tonight in triple overtime. Right? I want Miami to win tonight in double overtime, triple overtime. Coach Color Blocks is in the building. Long time, brother. And Anthony212 says, let's just win Wednesday. Well, Wednesday is a couple of days away. Wednesday is a couple of days away. Right? Wednesday is a couple of days away, man. There's nothing that we can do to flip the calendar on that one. So We'll beat them when we get to them. Right? But why I feel like the Knicks are on the verge? Why do I always feel like why do I feel like the Knicks are on the verge of becoming dynastic? Is because I mentioned the contract situation, right? But here's the other reason. Here's another reason. Look at the age range of the Knicks roster at the moment. No contributor is 30 or over, unless Josh Hart is 30. How old is Josh Hart? Is Josh Hart 30? Josh Hart just turned 28. Wow! Josh Hart just turned 28. Are you serious? Wow. So we don't have a guy that's 29 yet? Let me check and see. Julius won't turn 29 until next season. Wow. So not only do the Knicks have core pieces locked up for a long time, their core is very young. GI, the Knicks are on the verge of a dynasty. They're about to be dynastic right now, GI. No, listen to what I'm saying, y'all. I see y'all bringing up Derrick Rose. I didn't say the entire team. I said the core pieces. Derrick Rose ain't a part of the core. Derrick Rose is not out here getting 30 minutes a game. Evan Fournier is not a part of the core. I'm mentioning core pieces. Every team is going to have older vets on it if they're smart. If they're smart, every team is going to have an old man River on it. If they're smart. And G.I. says, Dynasty, we up 3-1. Can you slow down? No. Because that's not even what I'm talking about. I stated it twice. Like, the reason why I'm having this dynastic comparison is not because we're up 3-1. The 3-1 part is just the icing on the cake. The fact that the Knicks are up 3-1 is only icing on the cake. Has nothing to do with the Knicks being dynastic at the moment. The reason why the Knicks are dynastic at the moment is this. As a Knicks fan, and I'm talking about overall, when healthy and all that stuff. Overall, when healthy, we feel like the Knicks have at least 2 all-star level players when healthy. When healthy, the Knicks have 2 all-star level players. Right? And then, on top of that, a Knicks fan could also acknowledge that at least one of its young players has the potential to become a star. You don't know which one. I don't know which one yet. When it comes to which young player will become the star or a star, I'm all over the place with it because at times I think it's quickly, even though I think Grimes will be that guy in about a year. But people from up north generally don't have patience. This is what it is. The great American poet Jay-Z once said, I don't have patience and I hate waiting. Right? Tom from Huntington is in the building. So if you're on the outside looking in, you see all these things. The core players have not reached their prime yet. The core players are all under contract for or at least in the short term, in the medium term. Right? Right? Now, with that said, does this roster have 2 all-star level players? Yes. Got to have it in order to be even in the conversation. Here's the other part. Here's the other part. Do the Knicks have at least one young player with star potential? And I'm going to say yes, but I don't know which. I don't know which. I don't know which young player is going to be that breakout star, right? Is it RJ Barrett? I don't know. Is it Emmanuel Quickly? I feel good about Quickly. Of the group, I feel Quickly is the most explosive. Like, I feel like Quickly, if everything clicks for him, has the higher upside of anyone, right? But I feel like Grimes is on that slow burn to have a Paul George-like impact on this team. It's a slow burn. And like the great American poet Jay-Z said, I don't have patience and I hate waiting. Right? Is it RJ? Is it Quickly? Is it Grimes? Is it Obi? I don't know. I don't know. And when I want to bring all of these into place all at the same time because I know at times we'll speak to one versus the other, and I think we kind of got to get away from that. Tibbs said it at the beginning of the season. Fans have to get away from that. Like, if you like Quickly, you gotta dislike RJ. If you like Grimes, you gotta hate Mitch. Nah, you can like all of them. Now, while it doesn't serve for interesting conversation all the time, because we like conflict. We like conflict. Just part of it. Rich boys in the building. If we're talking about just stuff on the basketball court, if we just put it on the basketball court, has Jalen Brunson not shown you that he can lead this team? if we're talking about just basketball on the court, has Jalen Brunson let you down? Or has Jalen Brunson exceeded expectations? And G.I. says, bottom line, Brunson, R.J. Randall does not work. No, that's not the bottom line, G.I. That's not the bottom line. How is that the bottom line and they're winning in the playoffs? I don't know. I got to think about that. How is that the bottom line? I don't know. And Coach Colorblind says, no one thought JB was going to be this good, even his biggest supporters. Right. But here's the thing to that. Here's the thing to that, just really quick, right? We didn't know Jalen Brunson was going to be this good because Jalen Brunson had never been in this situation before, right? But here's the thing. The situation's not even over. The season is not even over. So you don't even know what Jalen Brunson is capable of because Jalen Brunson hasn't even... Jalen Brunson is still exploring. Divine is in the building. We don't know what Jalen Brunson is capable of because Jalen Brunson the ride is not over. The ride is not over. So we can't even speak to the destination because the journey continues. We don't know what the ceiling is on this team until we get to the ceiling. Right? You don't know what the ceiling is on this team until you get to the ceiling. That's just how it works. When we get to our ceiling, then we can evaluate or reevaluate. But just for an example, I'm just going to throw an example out there. And I know this might not be a great example, but I want to do it anyway. Let's have some fun. Let's just have some fun, man, for once. Right? Right? I'm going to throw an example out there for once. I mean, just for fun. And the reason why I'm going to throw the example out there, because over the years, Knicks fans have always been dragging cinder blocks. Like legit dragging cinder blocks. Like, but back in the day, man, but Rick Pitino, man, John Stark shot 2 for 18. It broke my... Man, listen, it's 2023. Get over it. And I ain't talking to you. I'm saying in general. But say for instance, this team does make the Eastern Conference Finals. Say for instance, this team is a second round team. If this team makes the second round of the playoffs, I don't care what none of y'all in the chat say. I care, but that's how I talk. right? If this team makes the second round of the playoffs, I remember reading y'all chats. This team is a 43-win team. Jalen Brunson, the backcourt is too short. A lot of that stuff, right? Tibbs is Tibbs ain't the right guy. Fire Tibbs. RJ too slow. RJ just couldn't. Mitch need a jump hook around the Randall being his emotions too much. Quickly's not a point guard. He just I was there. I do the channel. I read the comments. Don't say nothing bad about Grimes, Uncle Freezie. Stop calling him a ham sandwich. I was there. I run the channel. I read the comments and stuff. Right? A lot of things were written. Right? And for the most part, only about 2 to 3% of most of the comments mentioned the Knicks getting to the second round of the playoffs or better. Right? Only a small portion of the comments mentioned the Knicks getting to the second round of the playoffs or better. So by my expert analysis, which is only expert analysis in my mind, is this team has exceeded expectations. RJ Barrett needs to tighten up his handle. RJ Barrett can't shoot. RJ Barrett, but man, we drafted him third. RJ Barrett needs to be this or that, this or that, this or that. Julius Randle is a third option on a championship team. Jalen Brunson is blah, blah, blah. A lot of things typed, a lot of things said. Right? So what I'm saying to that conversation is before we evaluate what this team is or is not, how about we see where this journey ends before we buckle up for the beginning of the next journey? RJ Barrett can't shoot. RJ Barrett defense is awful. RJ Barrett, man, I would trade RJ Barrett for corn chips. And Julius Randle is the third option on championship team. Mitchell Robinson, Mitch need a jump hook around the paint, man. And yeah, Grimes, this Emmanuel Quickly is a chucker. He don't have point guard instincts, and this or that. Tom Thibodeau can't make in-game adjustments, blah, 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 and things of this sort, right? What's the front office doing? The front office is up there asleep. Yet, this team is one game away from being a second-round playoff team. Right? What I'm saying is not you, but y'all know it's Knicks fans out here. They are not crew. Y'all know they are not crew, right? They ain't not crew. They like dragging cinder blocks. Man, John Starks was 2 for 18. Man, I'll never get over it. Bro, these Knicks that you're watching right now, were not even born. When Pat Ewing doinked the finger roll against the Pacers, some of these Knicks were not even born. Probably most of them. So and so before we grade the paper, let the kids finish their assignment. Before we start grading papers, man, let these kids finish. We don't know exactly what the ceiling is on this team because even though you've seen 4 playoff games, every time I say RJ Barrett name, man, my dogs start barking. We don't know where this magic carpet ride is going to end, but for the mere fact that this team is up 3-1 against Cleveland, and Cleveland looks like they have no answers, means I'm confident that this ride will continue. I don't want to grade this season before it ends. Right? I don't want to grade this season before it ends, man. I would like this season to reach its whatever, and then and enjoy it all along the way. And then once it's over, I can take time to reflect on what I saw. But what I would not like to do, however, is critique it, criticize it all along the way, and not enjoy the ride. I had a talk with somebody, with one of my homeboys, somebody I like a lot. I had a conversation with Hoodie Kev Saturday night. And Hoodie Kev likes to take you to those dark places. John Starks owes me a championship. He's screaming on the phone. I'm like, Hoodie Kev, relax, bro. You talking about stuff you wasn't even alive. And he was like, and y'all know I generally, what happens on the telephone, if I ever speak to you on the telephone, y'all know that I don't bring that stuff to the internet, right? In this case, with Hoodie Kev, I'm going to make that exception. Y'all know this. If I ever spoke to you on the phone, if it wasn't about the channel or something, if it was just sides, whatever it is, I don't care what it is. If I ever talk to you backstage or on the phone, I never talk about it on the internet. I'm old school in that mindset. I'm like, certain conversations are just certain conversations, right? But my thing is, Hoodie Kev, when John Starks went 2 for 18, you were not even alive. I hope he's listening too, by the way. I hope Hoodie Kev is listening. But John Starks wasn't even alive when you were 2 for 8, when he went 2 for 18. You were not even alive when John Starks did that. You know what he said? I was alive. I was 8 years old. And I'm like, bro, okay. So you, as a 40-year-old man, are living your life based on a feeling that you experienced when you were 8. What does that tell others around you? if you holding on to stuff, if you are 30 years old and you are holding on to Carmelo Anthony getting stopped at the rim by Roy Hibbert, what does that say? Right? What does that say? If you are a 50-plus-year-old man and you are holding on to things that happened in the 80s and the 90s, what does that say? That says that your team hasn't been successful, right? And if you know your team and acknowledge that your team has not been successful, why not enjoy the ride when the team is on the road to success? That's where I am. I was an arm baby when the Knicks were winning championship. I was like a toddler. I was like 5 years old when the Knicks, 4 years old, something like that, when the Knicks were winning championships, right? I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that. Listen, I was little. Those aren't my championships, right? I get it. I get it. So here we are. Here we are. Vernon B is in the building. Okay, I see you. Enjoy the ride. Did you not enjoy the game yesterday? As Knicks fans, when the Cavs cut the lead to 2 at the end of the third quarter, were you not on pins and needles? Were you not on pins and needles? Were you not on the edge? Nixon 26 is in the building. We might have to change that to Nixon 23. I'm not guaranteeing that. I don't think it'll happen, but it might. It could. There's a pathway. But as Knicks fans yesterday, listen, at the end of the third period, the Knicks were up by 2, and the Cavs came out the gate, and they were trying to win that game. And it puts you in this mental and emotional jeopardic place, I guess. If that's a word, I doubt it's a word. I'm going to make a word. I'm making a word up. I'm gonna make a word up. I'm gonna make up the word jeopardic. I don't know if that's a word or not. Jeopardic. I'm googling it right now to see if it's a word. If not, I might submit it for. I might submit it to see if I can get it added to the dictionary. Jeopardize. Jeopardize is a word. So Jeopardic might not be a word. I'm just gonna make one up. I'm just gonna make up a word, Jeopardic. Jerry Fitz is in the building. Okay, I see you. I see you. Jerry Fitz is in the building. I don't think Jerry Fitz want to hear this type of talk. Fitz, you want to hear this type of talk? You want to hear this type of talk right here? This, what's the next step? This second round talk, this maybe potentially Eastern Conference talk. Right? Maybe even NBA Finals talk. Jerry Fitz says, when Julius joins the party, watch out. Bro, I'm with you. I'm with you. Right? What I'm saying is, and I know this sounds odd and peculiar, especially on this channel. On this channel, we've been known to want to drag cinder blocks. We've been known to want to drag bodies. Alfred Griffin is in the building. Jay Boogie, what's good, boss? Paris Duggar is in the building. Good morning, boss. And Paris Duggar says, all true things. Randall is playing slow and passive because he's not healthy yet. RJ and others are improving in real time by observing Brunson. We can win it all. Wow. Something positive? Wow. Something positive. Okay. Okay. Something positive. Okay. Okay. Paris Duggar is in my corner. I think I'm in Paris Duggar's corner. Okay. Boulevard is in the building. Yo, this team is in a place. I don't know what that place is, but I wanted to speak to y'all. Steelers, Knicks fan is in the building. Okay. Salute. This team is in a place. I just want to enjoy the magic carpet ride that we are on. I don't know where we are with it or where we're going. I just want to enjoy the ride. I think a group from back in the day had a song that said, sit back, kick it, and enjoy the ride. That's what I want to do. Keith Turner says, he put a long comment out here, so I want to. Unbelievable, isn't it? Something positive needs to happen in this comments. Yeah. Yo, it's one of them things, man, where it's like, well, you know what? Not even me. Let me ask y'all. Is let me get y'all honest opinion. Let me get your honest opinion. Tell me how you really, really feel, right? Keep it a buck with me, right? Like, don't shoot me the gas. Is this positive vibe or does this positive vibe have y'all nervous that is setting y'all up for a letdown? Is that what is happening? Or do we think this ride is too good to be true? Is that what's happening for some? Is that what's happening? Some King Ribby says, nah. Wiz is in the building. Wiz says, we are in a paradigm shift that will see the success of the Knicks. Jay Boogie and our podcast is especially the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe. Bim, that's him. Bim, that is him. What's good, boss man? Bim. Okay. Did you chip in on 18?
No, actually on 18, I made double bogey. I was coming up. I was up 6 shots. I had a 6-shot lead. And I mean, because I had some shots to play with. The middle of this golf course.
So you went for it?
I played in 2 over par. I played 15 holes, 2 over par. So I just kept separating myself from the field, So I had some shots. So I wanted to play 18. I was like, I got on 18. I piped the drop. And so they were like, you go for it. You go try to make birdie on 18. Like, how you going to finish? They was teasing me because I was up so many shots. And I kind of flubbed 195 in. I flubbed it, but it still went down there about 110 yards. I didn't hit the next shot short because I'm scared. I don't want to fly. Everything was short. All 5 short shots was short.
Why not bump and run? Why not bump and run from there when you got a lead?
I was shook.
Yeah, out of bump and run, man. Out of old man showed me the time.
See, that's what Keith Turner is mad about today. Because even though I won, you and I are talking about how I could have won better instead of enjoying the victory. No, it's not that, Keith Turner. It's not that me and the others aren't enjoying the victory. I think what he doesn't see is some fans get too far. Like Parrish Duggar, come on now. Nobody's better to this channel. Nobody's more committed to this channel. Nobody deserves this channel more than Parrish Duggar. I mean, I get up here, I try to help create some content. Parrish Duggar is committed to the cause, right? Come on, this team can't win no championship. Y'all knock it off. We still need more. But where we are is unreal. To win a golf championship, New Jersey Open, to be on the golf course and looking, and Knicks is up 10 at halftime. They up 20 at one point. They were down 6. And I just kept pushing forward, and the Knicks kept pushing forward. Freezie, the thing is, we got to take it day by day. But when the season is over, I'm going to behave myself. We don't have to talk about how Randall Brunson and RJ. They don't fit. Freezie, they don't fit.
All right. Well, let me bring my guy in. Hold on.
Let's get it. Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting.
That's right.
On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting.
Right.
Share my dreams with you, me and I'm podcasting. You can see my vision through the podcasting. But don't forget Jay Boogie when I'm broadcasting. I'm podcasting, he's podcasting. I've been spitting this venom since karate flicks. When Mr. Sales was sharing nothing but the Knicks. I guess you know by now, I seen some tough years. Now I know the reason why Freezie got them Blorange Tears.
What's up, fellas? What's good, y'all?
Peace. Salute.
Salute. If
I can brown those really quick. J Boogie, man, I just, Cats is hitting me up like, yo, I think I just heard J Boogie voice on the TV, but I think maybe the Blorange Tears was in the background or something. And I'm like, yeah, you feel that, right? They're like, wait, is that really a thing? And I'm like, no, but see, the thing is J Boog's humility. He came up here, he told us it was happening. He told us to meet him down here. And I don't think people understood that. Meeting him down here wasn't down there to grab a smoothie or so. He was going to talk to the people who talk to the people who talk to the point guards, who know the point guards in real life. So J Boogie, thank you for taking me on that ride. I haven't personally went taxis and kicks my butt, but thank you for offering it to me. And God is good, brother, all the time.
Yeah, man.
Yo, good morning. Good Monday morning, man. Blessings, health, and happiness to everybody, man. I hope everybody had a joyful weekend. And I hope when you woke up this morning, you did not hesitate to get up out of that mattress because you had to go to work. You woke up this morning because you had a job. Be grateful and thankful for that. Go to your job and handle your business, man. Man, I appreciate the love from everybody in the chat, everywhere, man. This is us. This is ours. You know what I'm saying? This is our thing. You know what I'm saying? As we all branch out further and further, you know what I'm saying? It's a family movement. You know what I'm saying? So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to talk about a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, before it happened. But I was slowly trying to, let y'all get y'all hints and everything about what was taking place, man.
Right.
I just had the greatest 55-year-old day of my life, man. My birthday was like, it was just so amazing, to put all this hard work, energy, and effort, you know what I'm saying, first, not the money. All that comes before that, because you have to have a drive and a direction to where you're going, whatever it is that you're doing in life. The money is second, but that dream and that push, you know what I'm saying, from my old earth, may she rest in heaven, you know what I'm saying, I can look up in the skies and say, Ma, I did it, and we talked about this when she was living and everything. But just to move forward, and that thing to happen, number one, it happened on my birthday. We won on my birthday. I hit the Jumbotron on my birthday. It couldn't have played out no better than that at all on that Friday. You know what I'm saying? I had my family with me, my wife, my baby, you know what I'm saying? And so many people around, the Hard Wheels around with me, man. So many people, man. Listen, man, I am so grateful and thankful. But to share that real quick with anybody, anything that you pursuing and you believe and you dream of, you know what I'm saying, in life, it's up to you to go and pursue it. Always know that you're your own roadblock. You can stop yourself. Nobody else can stop you but yourself. If you don't stop yourself, whatever that you're achieving and pushing for, you will receive. Just put yourself in position and allow God to bless you. When you're not in position, it takes God that much longer to bless you with a blessing that he wants to give you because you're out of position. When you're in position to receive, those blessings come that much faster, making sure you're prepared for them. And I couldn't do it with no better people, no better franchise, no better podcasters, no better than anybody. I couldn't have been Jay Boogie with the Lakers. I couldn't have been Jay Boogie with the Dallas Cowboys. I couldn't have been Jay Boogie, you know what I'm saying, with all these other franchises. But being Jay Boogie with the Knicks up under this orange and blue, with the fans and the chats, we did it, man.
It just makes sense, bro. Hey, so for one, man, so for one, let me say, man, I'm extremely proud. You know what I'm saying? I'm dapping up people, giving them high fives when I see J Boogie. You know what I'm saying? It don't even have, it's weird. It's weird. Like we out here celebrating. There go my man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you knew that, but the vibes was in the air, right? Because we all know about the road. You know what I'm saying? The road get rough, bro. The road can get rough, tough sometimes.
Yes, it does.
But to see my he made it, bro. It's like we all made it. You know what I'm saying? That's for those that support unconditionally.
Right.
Like those that support unconditionally, it don't matter if they come in first or they man come in first. It's just all of us making it. You know what I'm saying? You like when you see that, you like everybody's celebrating.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
That's odd. Man. That's our thing. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, hey, we just getting started. We just getting started. It's about to go down. About to happen. Man, shout out to the team doing what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We didn't get Donovan. Yo, I'm going to start promoting, man. Leon need to get recognition for executive of the
year.
He needs to get recognition of that. Because for him to say, no, we're not doing it, and then we knock these people off, and you had them, man, that plays a major part in, you know what I'm saying, inside that New York Knicks organization, man. I'm so happy for the squad, man, and we ain't done, man. And Donovan and Donovan, man, he's just playing games. Tom is playing mind games with them. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Game 3, I'm gonna shut Darius Garland down. That's my plan. I'm shutting him down.
Right.
Okay. Game 4 comes out. Guess what? Do your thing, Darius. I know we get ready, we switching the plan. I'm shutting Donovan down. 2 points in the second half.
Yep.
2 points. I'm shutting you down. Wherever you got the ball, go get him.
Get him, boy.
Deuce, go get him. Quickly, go get him. Jalen, go get him. Obi, go get him. Double him up. Get that ball out of his hand.
Boom.
You're not taking over nothing.
Not taking over nothing. Let me bring in my guy real quick. Hold on, y'all.
Yes.
Yo, what's good, man? Yo, y'all intros is fire, bro. Why? How come I can't get a fire intro like that, y'all?
Man, I don't know. I'm about to get ready to grab one of them tracks. Keep playing about, let me read. I'm gonna say one more quick thing. I'm gonna get out the way because I know these gentlemen, they ready to come. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to say about Jalen Brunson. Think about it. Think about it. Jalen Brunson might have been the one that led the Mavericks to where they got to last season. Right. Because look where they are now, and look where we are now.
Right.
Now it's a difference, man. It's a different.
Wow.
I was listening to y'all. I was on the road drive. I drove back last night. I listened to your show last night. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kept me riding last night, man. So shout out to your show last night and everybody who was on.
Right. We were trying to do our thing, man.
Yeah, you was.
Wow. Hey, Jay Boogie, you mind if I steal that point that you made about Jalen Brunson and
Man, I probably got it from you. I don't know. I could have got it from Greeny anywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you ain't stealing enough from us. That's our talk.
Okay. All right. Hey, just real quick, man. Hey, Mets, how you doing this morning, man?
Doing good.
Good.
I want to just point out, look at how these playoffs are panning out so far in the NBA. We've only had one legitimate sweep. That was Philadelphia just taking Brooklyn out of the equation completely. Right. We've got at least 3 series. We have 2 series where it's possible that the top seed could leave tonight with their backs to the wall, against the wall, with Milwaukee losing to Miami and Memphis losing to the Lakers.
Potentially, yep.
We have one series that's guaranteed to go 6, Sacramento against Golden State.
Yep.
We've got 3 series where the high seed has the low seed with their backs to the wall. That's Boston with Atlanta, Denver on Minnesota, and the Suns with the Clippers.
Yeah.
The one that sticks out like a sore thumb is our series where we have the higher seed pressing their backs against the wall. So
that's what we do. We are habitual back pressers to the wallers. And I know G.I.'s like, man, that don't make sense.
When the playoff matchups were announced after the play-in tournament, did anyone expect the chips to fall in these directions? No. In my opinion.
All right.
With some of them, yes. I actually thought, I figured Philly was going to beat Brooklyn, but I thought it was going to go 6, not a sweep.
Right. And things happen.
True.
Things happen. Hey, but let me bring the other guys in real quick. Corey Lee in the building. Greeny is in the building. What's good, fellas?
What's good?
Good morning, top of the AM to everybody on the panel. Big salute.
RJ Barrett.
Hold on. Before we go to RJ Barrett and all this, I gotta say to our champion here, congratulations to our champion that's in here. We trying to get our Knicks to our champion, but we have a champion amongst us right here. So I would like to say congrats to the champion on bringing home the gold for us. You know what I mean? Big congrats.
Right. No doubt.
And also too, to follow that, I want to say big ups to you, Jay Boogie, man. I said this last night. I don't know if you was listening, but I'm gonna say it to your face while you right here. Congrats to you, man, because I ain't never met nobody like you who's cool with every podcast, and you've been the most positive, inspirational person out here, and you deserve everything that came to you and is coming to you. Real talk, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, they don't call you the closer for no reason.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you, my guy. And I heard it last night. I was rocking with y'all, but thank you, my brother. Thank all of y'all. Thank you, man.
Yeah. But I just had to take the time. So let's get back to our Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Let's turn the page. Not necessarily turn the page, but you know what it is.
RJ Barrett. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. So every time we get in this mode, it's so when Jay Boogie said think about it, y'all know I am hip hop, right? As soon as he said think about it, special ed came to my head. Think about it. Just came right to my head, right? Because I am hip hop. I can't help it, man. I can't. I'm hip hop to my heart, man. But anyways, bro. When we was watching the Cavaliers down the stretch, let me first say this. If y'all thought Cleveland just laid down the stretch of that game, y'all are bugging. Cleveland was throwing everything in the kitchen sink at the Knicks. But the Knicks are just a good team, bro. Like Cleveland did not. the same thing we're saying this morning. Y'all think Cleveland Cavaliers fan base wasn't thinking the same thing? Like they can't go down 3-1 because it in all intents and purposes is over. They knew that. Down the stretch of that game, man, the fourth quarter, they came out, man, they took the lead on us. They was trying to stretch. They did everything in their willpower to not lose this game to the Knicks. But the better team won. Right? The better team won. And I heard them crying the river last night on their YouTube channels and all that stuff. They was crying the river. Oh, Donovan Mitchell, we traded all this stuff for you and all this stuff. Hey, man. How about this? How about Cleveland and the NBA just admit that the Knicks are good? Can we just acknowledge that? That the Knicks are just good?
That's right.
They don't have to be great. They don't have to be great until greatness is required. But right now we're good. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about us is fans, and I'm not gonna criticize. But the thing about us as fans, and this is not a criticism, this is what I'm stating is a reality. We hadn't been in this place in so long, I don't know if we recognize that the Knicks are good. We hadn't been here in so long, we don't have anything to compare it to. Do you compare it to Knicks tape? Do you compare it to the 90s? Nah, you just let this thing play out. Let these young boys go out there and do what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is something different. Greeny, I got something I've been wanting to say all morning. I didn't know if I wanted to say it to you or to Adam. You mind if I say it just really quick?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Eastern Conference Finals, baby! Woo!
Let's go, baby!
What, you guys thinking that Knicks getting to the finals will be pure dumb luck?
Nah, it's not luck. It's just the basketball guys working in our time and our favor. It's karma getting back at the right time.
Well, I'm just saying that the last time the team got to the finals, many do predicate it on pure dumb luck. Know what I mean?
No, I can't. Definitely 99 was definitely a ton of luck. I mean, if you were there, you remember. You know, great things happen, and don't get me wrong. Now, do we have the players that can impact some luck? Yeah, Brunson is the mission he's on, the passion he plays with is different. But God, we still have limitations that we got to deal with. You know, how are these guys going to respond? The last time they sat in that locker room, they left out of there bloody. You know, so if this team is so destined that we go and win this game, we go and punch them the way we've been punching them at home and didn't give them a chance to we go and win this game, then come back to me. And I say, all right, you know, I'm getting a little nervous now. But you know, let's just deal with the next game in front of us, I think is all I'm saying. You definitely ain't win no championship before you get out of the first round. That's for sure. Let's get out the first round first.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with GI 1,000%. Let's take care of this one game. Let's not play with our food and finish it. Then rest. Then you worry about resting and with the next series. Finish this out. And yeah, I have to agree. Big shout out to Jay Boogie too. Once I heard, I ain't even have to go through. I heard the word around town. Me going to different podcasts, they shouting out saying they seen Jay Boogie on the Jumbotron and all that. And it wasn't even the Knicks. It was Jay Boogie night. That's what it was at the Garden. It was Jay Boogie night. They knew what time it was. They knew you were coming. They knew you was going to be in the building. They knew it was your birthday. They showing their love. They showing that love. And like you said, thank God for the Knicks franchise because there wouldn't be no Jay Boogie. And I'm glad. You're very inspirational, motivational speaker. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Jay Boogie. Love the tracks. I even had to throw you out on the Instagram story. You feel me? Big shout out to Jay Boogie for real.
No doubt. I appreciate you, my brother, man. I appreciate you. And I met that brother right there. I met him. And then let me go ahead and spill the beans. That dude is like 6'9" right there. Yeah, big man right there. So let me let y'all know, you talking about a athletic power forward right there with Greeny, man. Yeah.
That's the 6'9". So let me find out Greeny, the 6'9" forward. I've been looking for the Knicks for the past 6 years.
Yes.
Nah, for real. Nah, yeah, I definitely am. No kizzy, I definitely am.
But let me say like this. We still need an elephant. There's still an elephant in the room we need to address with this series. And that's Randall's effort or lack thereof. Is that ankle still bugging him? Yes. Is it wrong for him to play through it? No. But if you're playing as badly as he did the last 2 games, I think this would be a good opportunity to bench him and let Obi get some starting time.
No, we're not doing that. We gotta let them. The reason why he's out there on the court, because simple fact that if he's on the court, they got a game plan for him.
That's right.
They got a game plan for him. Tibbs knows
You know what?
he's
You
doing.
know
He's
what?
playing the game with.
I'm not mad at Julius Randle or nothing. Take your time, get him right. You know it is what it is. But Obi Toppin do look good out there with them Knicks because they can't double team anybody. It's scary, and Obi Toppin has been shooting the ball well from 3 the whole season.
The fact of the matter
is,
the fact of the matter is this, guys. I underestimated, and maybe you guys too, because you didn't mention him. I just underestimated how good a player Evan Mobley is. I really did. I thought he was more like Kuminga. I didn't realize how much better he is than Kuminga. Guys, let's step back for a second. At Randall, a 6'9" power forward. At RJ, a 6'7" small forward. I don't mean to pull RJ into this either. I'm just talking about the two of them in tandem because that's our guys. After Brunson, those are our guys, right? Any one of them show up after Brunson, we could be anybody, any night. We've proven that, right? Their poison pill is long players, going up against long, agile players. I just think Evan Mobley is creating a situation for Randall that Randall does not enjoy. Randall has to be able to hit his jump shot so he can pull Evan off that box a little bit so he can get him off balance. Then he can use his body. But right now, Evan's in every position that Randall doesn't want him to. Yeah, he's out in front of him for his jumper, using his body to the hole, his height at the rim. It's just not a good matchup for Jules, especially he's not 100%. So, you know, this is why I said if we run through the Cavs, it's because Julius just dominates Evan Mobley. I did not know if we run into the Cavs because Julius Jalen Brunson is that much better a guard than 2 guys who made the All-Star game.
On a second, G, first of all, good morning to you, my brother. You know, and you one of the most respected dudes that I listen to, and I enjoy a lot of your takes. But I'm gonna give you a little pushback on that, only due to the fact that Julius Randle's hurt, and that's not an excuse, but that's just a fact that he's hurt. If he was not hurt, if he didn't twerk that ankle, and then catch that crazy body slam, Evan Mobley would be bodied. He done bodied them all regular season. I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's hard to push back on that, Corey Lee, because that what you're saying is factual. But just right now, though.
Oh, it ain't looking good now.
You know, it's okay to not have a good matchup. And it's okay when you have a good matchup to expose that. You're talking about a 7-foot guy with a wingspan is out of this world, athletic and gifted, and is not doofy. He has movement and he can play deep.
He can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time.
That's right. Against a guy that's coming off an injury, trying to get back and feel his way. It's okay for this not to be the best matchup for Julius moving forward. But you still have to constantly have Julius on that floor. I'm not swapping him about no Obi, no nothing. He's a threat. Let's rewind the tape. Yeah, he missed some free throws. But don't forget Julius gave that man 3 fouls. Don't forget that man, got 5 fouls late in that game where he had to sit out. Julius helped with that, whereas he had to sit out and miss a whole big portion of that game. Right. Mobley is different from Allen. Mobley is more of a threat than Allen. So when Mobley is off the floor and then Allen's on the floor, you know what I'm saying, you can look for the advantage to be going our way. You know what I'm saying? So it's certain things that happens while Julius is on the floor but everybody want to look at his shots, his baskets, and his scoring and all that. Sometimes it's not all that, you know what I mean? Now, I do I brought it to Stephanie, First Lady, and Gamo's attention yesterday. You know, look at Julius over there on the sideline cheering and rooting and giving everybody dap and all that. How you showing Obi love? How you showing the whole team love, clapping instead of realizing, yo, I'm in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Now they want to twist it because he didn't talk to the media. You know, I'm gonna go by the media because what do you need to talk to me for? I had a bad game and I'm ready to shower up. I'm not disrespecting anybody, but you know, the squad right now, they clicking on
Jay Boogie, you saw that with your own eyes, right?
Yeah, I saw that with my own eyes, and I tapped Gammo and I tapped the First Lady. I'm like, look, man, look at Julius over there dapping these guys up. You know, I look for a lot of body language on the court and off the court. And what you do off the court when what you do on the on court is not good tells me that you're still tuned in with the squad. You know what I mean? And I saw that in Julius yesterday. But, man, listen, a lot of people clicked on a lot of cylinders, and we're going to need everybody to do everything and, you know what I'm saying, be there for one another. Continue on lifting up one another. You down, my guy? I got you. And, you know, Julius is a rhythm player with his 1-2 steps and his all, you know, that's his rhythm. It's hard to do that against a guy like that. But what I love about RJ has not changed this game. I thought from the beginning this might be difficult for RJ because he got 2 7-footers down there. It's hard to get to the basket and do what he do. But RJ said, you know what, I'm going to stick to my script. I'm going to keep pressing and attacking that rim. The change came in game 3 and 4. Now I know I'm drawing you. Here come my vision. RJ Barrett had a lot of hockey assists in that game. These past 2 games. You don't know what a hockey assist is. That's the pass you make to the person that makes a pass to get a bucket. You know what I'm saying? RJ did a lot of that in game 3, game 4, hockey assist, because he not changed his game. But now when I'm getting to that rack, that rim, and 1 7-footer is here and the other one's chasing me, vision, move the ball, pass it. Shout out to RJ for not changing his game, but realizing how to add to his game. Boy, something happened, man. If RJ keep doing this, I don't care what happened in the regular season. I ain't stuck on that. He's doing that right here, right now.
And when it matters?
When it matters, the biggest lights. Yeah.
Right. Hey, how Guillermo doing, bro? I ain't talked to that dude in a minute.
Gammo is doing real good. Yeah, he's doing real good. He had a little technical difficulties. I'm not going to speak on it, but you know what I'm saying? You're a podcast man yourself, so you kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
I know what it is. Yeah.
Coming from, but he's doing good. He's in good spirit, good mode, you know what I'm saying? And he know when, you know what I'm saying, when it's time to get back on that window screen, he know he gonna prosper just like he been doing, man.
He'll be right.
Shout out to Gammo, man, Legion, man.
Yeah, shout out to Legion of the Knicks, man. I hadn't talked to him in a minute. That dude, we used to talk hip hop together, man. That's kind of like my hip hop buddy. Me, him, and Rock Marcy. You know what I'm saying? and MF Doom, for those, you know what I'm saying, that know a little. Yeah, man. I was listening to y'all as my dog was. Every time Greeny, my dog loves Greeny for some reason. I don't know if it's Greeny or RJ Barrett, but every time one of them, my dog go crazy. But anyways, man, I don't know, G.I., man. I'm in an odd place. Like not adversarial, like not combative or anything. It's just I'm at a different place on the board, right? Where I just see things a little bit differently. And I don't know if it's my intellect speaking or if it's my heart speaking. Right?
Come on, let us know what the deal is.
My thing is I want to separate this season here from every other thing Knicks related in the past. Right? I want to go
on this magic. That's a must.
Yeah. I just want to go. I just want to go on this magic carpet ride with Jalen Brunson and Randall and them boys, and see where it ends. I want to get to a place for once as a Knicks fan where I don't bring up the past. I don't focus on Clyde or Pat or Melo or Bernard King. I want this young team to establish their own identity, and I want to be there for it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know where the ride is going to end. You know what I'm saying? And I saw how it began. It began with us taking a playoff team, the Memphis Grizzlies, to an overtime loss, letting me know out the gate that we can compete with any team in the NBA. Game number 1 at Memphis, we took that team to overtime, right? And right now, that team is showing that they are legit, right? And so what I'm thinking, if that's the measuring stick game number 1, that we can go up against anybody as well. And so I know what happened last year and the year before last. I understand that. And I want to keep those things that happened where they are. Just like I want to keep this season right here with Jalen Brunson where it is. I think this team can be something special, bro. I think this team can be something better than what we expected, but exactly what we want. If that makes sense.
I'm confused. Yeah, no, it makes excellent sense. And you're speaking with intellect. The problem that I'm confused about is that's happened already. And I'm just wondering, at when do you say, okay, yes, we have already overachieved. No one saw this. And now we're in the top echelon of basketball. Let's solidify ourselves there. Let's make sure this is our position. And what tweaks do we make going forward? But you got to sit. Sometimes you got to sit. You can't not stop. Sometimes I think people make mistakes. They don't sit in their success. Sometimes you got to sit and get comfortable in your success and let that success get comfortable in it. You start reaching for more. I'll be honest, Kanye West, to me, even though there was some mental issues there, but let's set the mental to the side, right? Because none of us are psychologists or none of us have sat with him, right? What it looks like is he hit a level and then he just jumped outside that level and said, I want more. I want it all. And to me, he had to sit 7, 8 years like Jay-Z. Jay-Z sat quietly. He kept saying bubble slow. Sometimes you gotta bubble slow. We can't jump. It's okay to want great things. I'm not saying, hey, let the chip fall where they may, but have we stopped and truly understand who we are, how we got here? Because what you're saying is mystical. I don't think it's that mystical. I think Tibbs has been telling you guys. I know y'all hate that I play these guys 38 minutes, but that's why when we get to this playoffs, our guys are this and they're that. It's because we don't do none of that load management. Our guys, if they can go, they can go. And I think there's a system being created that's getting us to this level, and a little more talent will probably be what will get us the championship. It's just the way I see it.
All right, Matt, you wanted to jump in, right?
Well, in regards to all this, I mean, in my opinion, what you said about the measuring stick game with our opener against Memphis, where we basically gassed out in overtime, essentially.
Right.
We took them. My opinion, I'd say my measuring stick for how this year has gone is the double. It's both the games we took Boston to in overtime and won.
Okay.
I mean, basically, for years, up until this year at least, Boston had basically taken us too lightly. We were their punching bag, right?
Okay.
But then fast forward to this year, and the roles are reversed, and Boston only beats us once, like real early in the year, because we don't have our chemistry. We have the wrong pieces in play constantly. And we're trying too hard with the 11 to 12 man setup. Fast forward to December. Fast forward to when we faced Boston again, which is like January or February. I don't remember when the first overtime matchup in Boston happened. 9-man setup. We win. Then they come back in us during the March. Come back to us during March, where we're in the middle of a 9-game winning streak. We clobber them. And at the end of that 9-game winning streak, We win by the skin of our teeth, but still win nonetheless in double overtime. This is a team that's shown is willing to go that distance. Where in past years, this team would just throw in the towel.
Right. Resilient.
Right.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. And what I'm saying, like from an emotional place, is I don't care how we get there. Just get there if you can. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's all defense, all offense, all 3-point shooting. I don't care if it's all free throws. I don't care if it's fast breaks. I just want to win. Right? Just want this team to win. I think they're capable of it. So I don't care how you get there. Just get there if you can. It don't matter to me. Right? And this team has proven over the course of a year that they can win in a variety of ways with different personnel. Like that game you mentioned against Boston, Jalen Brunson didn't even play.
Oh, the second game. Got
it. Yeah. The game against Boston, we beat them with Emmanuel quickly breaking out nationally. Right? Mm-hmm. And in the game against Memphis, we fast braked on them. And you like, Tibbs letting them run? Tibbs letting the horses out the barn? Tom Thibodeau? It don't matter how we get there. Just get there.
Tunnel 10, man.
Yeah, man. So that's my thing. And I understand GI point about leveling up. Basically, what it is, you get to a certain level, and then you gather yourself, prepare for the next step, and then take that next step, and then prepare for the next step, and it's leveling up. I get it. But this year, though, GI, I ain't gonna lie to you. This year, I don't know if I'm prepared for any of that. I just wanted to take my hands off the wheel and let things happen. Right? I just want to just enjoy the ride.
You try to crash out? Don't crash out because you take the fans on an emotional tour. I think this is the time for somebody to speak. You know, this is the time for somebody to stop back and say, "Oh, whoa! Look what we did here, guys! Look what we did." You know, we even getting a little quicker for ourselves because fans start falling in love with a certain system, and that's where that's where you get in trouble and get into purgatory. You don't want this team to hit a glass ceiling. You need to, or you already got flexibility with the draft picks. You got flexibility with some great contracts. You got to always be staying on the stick and move. You got to always be counter punching because you never know when Brooklyn. Hey, remember, wasn't long we were going about our business, and next thing you know, we looked up and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant was in Brooklyn. We weathered them storms, which is not too many more you can weather like that without getting your chance to acquire talent when it's available.
Yeah. When that time come. Yeah, when that time come.
And speaking of Brooklyn, I think the fact they've now been swept 2 years in a row in round one, upper management's going to have to rebuild itself.
You mean in Brooklyn? You talking about in Brooklyn?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, because seriously, look, KD 2 or 3 titles in Golden State. I get getting him. Kyrie Irving won in Cleveland. Fair enough. Harden, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. You bring them in, and their personalities are so conflicted. Throw in that last year, Kyrie was plagued by the whole vaccine mandate, and then Harden flies the coop to the city of brotherly love. And you're left with two pieces that are just going to constantly butt heads the following year. And then what happens? They both fly the coop. Kyrie goes to Dallas because Mark Cuban believes that he'd be the perfect piece to replace Jalen Brunson. That blows up in his face and could cost the Knicks a protected draft pick. And Durant gets into Phoenix and replaced from Mikal Bridges at the deadline. And while it's not as good as it would have been if we were still in Golden State, it's still good enough to where the Suns are still a legit playoff threat. True or false?
Right. No, I'm with you. But you know what though? The thing that I'm ultimately getting at is I would just prefer for everything Knicks related to just happen organic. You know what I'm saying? Happen organically. It's like when I'll give you an example. When I met Jay Boogie for the first time, right? Right? I heard about Jay Boogie. You know what I'm saying? I used to, you know what I'm saying, put Knicks fan TV on when I was like doing reports and stuff, sending out EOMs and on all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I hit Jay Boogie. I'm like, who's this dude, Jay Boogie? Right? But I never forced anything. Saw Jay Boogie one day, and I was like, hey man, how you doing? Jay Boogie and I, whatever it is, like I consider it a friendship, right? Whatever it is, I never force anything on Jay Boogie. Like, hey, Jay Boogie, when you meet somebody, pass these cards out, man. I got my own business. I'm doing such and such and such and such. I ain't never do that. Jay Boogie was like, hey, man, let's go Knicks, let's go Knicks, let's go Knicks, let's go Knicks. You know what I'm saying? The thing with everything has always been organic. The thing that you mentioned in Brooklyn was forcing personalities together because you think talent will overcome synergy. And it never happens. Anybody that has ever been, that have worked with others, understand that synergy and chemistry in a workplace is more important than talent.
Which is
right.
Why I always...
You just can't throw dudes on the roster and think they're gonna win, right? And what the Knicks have this year, what you see between Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson is real. That's synergy, right? The thing that you see with Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. The odd couple, I never thought those two personalities would work. But I saw Julius Randle in a press conference smiling while Jalen Brunson was talking. And I was like, these cats actually like each other. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because think about last year. Last year, Julius Randle went through the same thing. The organization bringing a point guard to take over the franchise.
With Kemba.
He went through that last year with Kemba.
And that didn't work.
And it didn't work. This year, you bring in Jalen Brunson, and all of a sudden, and this is only 1 year. This year's not even over yet. And they legit like each other and play for each other.
And
right?
let me just say this.
The entire team.
Kemba thing worked last year, which it didn't. It was a short-term fix, and that's the thing, the problem I think Brooklyn has. They get these guys with talent, no synergy, and it's always a fix in the short term. They need to develop their guys naturally and grow in the long term. The Knicks are starting to get that, or have gotten it. It's just that the problem is, most of the time, management gets in the way and brings in these people who don't fit the system. That makes sense.
Can I say? Let me expand on that.
Lee, you was about to say the same thing with Blorange Tears, like how you come into Blorange Tears and it's like ain't nobody sent you an application, ain't no resume or nothing like that. Everybody just come in and rock, and it's like synergetic.
Exactly, you get in where you fit in. But I'll give a shout out to Leon Rose for the simple fact of helping growing this team organically. I forgot who mentioned it. I think maybe it was Greeny last night, who said just outside of it was one person, it was 4 people on the court that the Knicks drafted at one time.
At one time, yeah.
That means at one time. So that means to tell me right now, because I'm tired of hearing what was the statement that was just said not too long ago? I guess it's unexpectedly or flukish or whatever it is. No, to me right now it's a commencement. And a commencement has 2 meanings. You know what I'm saying? It's the ending of one situation and you moving on to another situation.
Right.
And as we're ascending, it's no more like, oh wow, the Knicks are unexpected. You know what I'm saying? The only thing was that I knew I was expecting us. The league just wasn't expecting us. You know what I'm saying? I could care less with the league or everybody else, the 31 other teams or 29 other, whatever case may be, teams are out there. I believe from the beginning that what we were missing was the point guard. You understand what I'm saying? And
what about a leader?
We have budding superstars.
Were we missing leadership?
Yes, a leader too.
Okay.
Yes,
hey, let me bring
that all came in one look.
Let me bring in my guy real quick. He's been waiting backstage for a minute, Lee. But finish your point about leadership and point guards, okay?
Yo,
What's going on?
yo, the funniest thing about that intro, it said he defeats Cap.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was tripping off of that too.
In a single
In
bound.
single bounds, he defeats Cap.
In a single
leaps and
bound.
bounds.
Yeah, man. Shout out to
Yo, Jay Boogie, I get real pumped hearing your music, and the Knicks promos, bro. I hit Freezie up I was like, we winning this game. I hear Jay Boogie.
Jay Boogie in the building. I know we winning tonight. I know we
winning.
I know we winning, bro. I know we winning. Because
I still got the bail money. I still got the bail money, brother.
Right. That's right.
Jay Boogie rock steady, roll ready, bro. For like 3 years, I've been hearing a consistent message for like 3 years, bro. A consistent message for 3 years, never wavering for like 3 years. 3 years is a long time, bro.
Right.
3 years is a long time, bro.
Right.
Bro, when you see Jay Boogie in person, it's the same thing. Me and Jay Boogie walking, bro, it's the same message, bro. I remember one night we was in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was drizzling rain, man. It was cold. We out there in the cold. It's the same message. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. Bro, anyway. Yeah.
And that same message is what the Knicks had. The Knicks message is we're heading towards a championship. And it started this year. This year, we started laying down the pieces. Give me Brunson. I go back. Corey Lee, he's saying it good too. He's saying it right. You got to give Leon Rose his props. You got to. The major moves he's doing, starting with Brunson. You know what I mean? And then making sure, okay, what I've been thinking about doing, it wasn't right and exact. So now, Tom, I see what you're doing. You went and built and did your own thing with the 9-man rotation. You took the 9 off the Barry and put it on the roster, you know what I'm saying? And, okay, what you thinking about, what you want to do is right. Okay, so let me start building pieces towards okay? And you know what I'm saying? You got, Eddie Kane and them all up on the stage, doing what they doing and rocking the crowd and everything. And then you go get Josh Hart, and he comes out behind the curtains like choir boy this year. And, he's like, he's doing his thing all year round. And then the one move, even though it didn't work out, but that's not our fault. I got to give him props for it. He knew to trade our pick in the beginning because we was going to be a better team and have a better record than Dallas. Even though they slipped up on their own, he was looking for that lottery pick to be, 11, 12. And we still have a chance for it to be 11 or 12, But just, I'm going to share this one thing with y'all, what I learned over, dealing with this 60-second song, with dealing with the organization, because they gave me 60 seconds to do this thing, right? And they told me, if you can do it in 60 seconds, it'll give you opportunity to change your life. So they could have went a lot of places, you know what I'm saying? But when I did it, I guess that really woed them. But I did like 7 different versions of it. And one of the versions, I shouted out Mr. West, Mr. Perry, another guy named Dan. He's over promotion and marketing and all this and that. And I shouted these guys out. But show you how real, because a lot of people used to be like, yo, what is West doing? They don't know what West doing. Sometimes you don't need to know what the next person is doing and just wait to see what happened. I'm going to tell you what Mr. West told me. He said, yo, that's fire. Take my name off it. Take Perry name off it. And Dan name off it. You want to speak of somebody, you speak of Mr. Leon Rose. Because when you talk to him, that rep all of them. Then he hit me with the Logan. We all in, all one. That's how I first found out about all in, all one. So I say that just because, when Leon Rose is in that seat, man, and he's doing it, man. He's doing it. And they got all the confidence in all his moves, what he's making. And we should have the same confidence in him. You know what I'm saying? The season is not ending. As long as that man is up under contract, there's no such thing as a season end. Even when we play the last game of this, when we balling right now, it doesn't end. I always say it's easy to play basketball, but it's harder when you got billions and billions of dollars in front of you to try to put something together. That's when it's the on season, doing when they ain't playing basketball, putting the mind thoughts together, how to build. And right now, they don't set themselves up that if they put the right pieces around, James Dolan is going to go over the luxury tax because he believes in what Leon can bring to this city. I will spend whatever it takes to get a ring because I believe in you and you showing me what you want. I'm good, man.
Yeah, that's a talk I'm trying to hear now. I jumped in when y'all was talking about my man Action Brunson.
Oh yeah, I was talking about. No, I was just saying how he's that one right there, that one acquisition right there has maybe changed the fate of our franchise for the next 6, 7, 8 years. Just off of that one transaction, us getting him. And of course, it may have been some nepotism, but that's all right. A lot of things are done between people who are familiar with each other, and why not? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do business with people who I know and trust than people who've been jerking me around for the last 4 or 5 years. You understand what I'm saying? That's one thing. Two, you know what I'm saying? The young man brings the right leadership type of qualities to our team, which helps us out. He keeps us focused. He keeps us disciplined. Not to say that we weren't disciplined. You understand what I'm saying? Not to say we weren't disciplined because Julius has that kind of disciplined quality where he's the type of leader that you can follow, but he doesn't have to do all that talking. Just like a Jalen Brunson. But when he speaks, you're gonna listen to what he says. He's not a rah-rah guy, but he's a guy when he talks, you're gonna be like, all right, I got you. And he's somebody who Julius Randle can be reined in by. He can rein in Julius Randle and bring him back into the game when we think we lost him, especially at major points. So with that said, I'm just proud. Like I said last night, I'm proud, and I can't cannot keep smiling. You understand what I'm saying? So, go ahead, FreeKeith. My bad, bro.
Nah, yo, like you said it. To me, I never looked at the nepotism as a bad thing. Like, yo, you hire your front office, you hire the guys in the front office based off the fact that they relationships. You know what I'm saying? And when what your team is needing is top end talent on the cheap, I feel like it's nobody better than hiring somebody who made their living, made their coin off of evaluating talent and making money off of it. So yeah, I'm hoping, use your nepotistic relationships because I know they good. That's what you here for. I never knew what the complaint was about. Like, oh, CAA this and Kentucky that and Duke that. Like, yo, like if the Cats is good, then that's all that matters. Brunson is probably one of the most slept on stars in the NBA.
Hey,
by everyone.
Is Brunson a superstar?
I don't know about superstar, and I don't know what's the qualifications. You got to set a definition.
Okay. Here's the definition in my opinion. A star that can level up his game in the playoffs and overcome adversity. Take his team to the next level.
He doing that. So I guess we got to say yeah.
By my definition, right?
By that working definition, yeah.
Okay.
He's checking all three of them boxes with fine colors.
Yeah, all three of those boxes got checked.
Right. And so what I'm saying to y'all is, bro, I understand. Knicks fans as Knicks fans, we want everything, bro. And not only do we want everything, we want you to hurry up and give it to us. Because like the great American poet Jay-Z said, I don't have patience and I hate waiting. That's the New York state of mind, bro. That's everybody knows a New York minute is not 60 seconds, it's actually 28 seconds. Right? We know that. It's the New York state of mind. If you can get it here, you can get it anywhere. Hustle, get it out the dirt. If you can make it here, the world is your oyster, right? We are, everybody understand that, right? It's a New York state of mind, right?
Yep.
But here's my thing, though. Here's my thing with that. I'm not gonna buck 300 years of tradition, but what I will say is, I think Jalen Brunson is a superstar, and if you are what you say you are, a superstar, have no fear. Because listen, at the Garden, the cameras was on, the microphones, and all that stuff. And if you are who you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. And my man, did he not step up in the Garden when we needed him? And can we all acknowledge that Madison Square Garden? Can we acknowledge that Madison Square Garden might be the hardest place to play in the NBA? That it might be the heaviest jersey to wear? And he just stepped up in game 3, in game 4, and proved to everybody that if you are who you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. Brunson's here. New York.
Yeah, but the problem is
we here.
Yeah, but the problem is, Freezie, they didn't even want to pay him to be here. They said $100 million for him. Are you crazy? And now y'all sit here and call him a superstar. You got a man across the aisles who you really wanted. He making 200 and something million, and y'all still like, oh. And now y'all want championships, but y'all want to pay for it. I thought this is New York where everything is expensive. You cheap mother hubbards, you superstar. You want superstars on budget.
Yo, there was a lot. There was definitely a lot of overpay talk. Definitely a lot of overpay talk.
But FreeKeith, and listen, I'm not trying to cut you, bro. You know you my man, right? Of everybody in Knicks universe, I'm a like a solitary dude, right? I kind of keep to myself a lot. But the first person I ever met for real in Knicks universe was FreeKeith, right? FreeKeith. So y'all already know I'm a bend over backwards for FreeKeith. That's my guy, right? I don't care what people say. People be like, you be defending him for the. That's my guy. That's just my guy. Y'all already know I'm gonna run through a brick wall for FreeKeith. It is what it is, right? But it's this thing, right? Where regardless of what the narratives are, right, and regardless of what the obstacles are, a superstar is born right in front of our eyes, and I think that the least we can do is acknowledge it, right? Because we have these lofty expectations for a superstar, and when that superstar meets those expectations, we like, I don't know, I just need to see some more. Nah, come on, bro. Nah. Yo, and I know Melly Mel said a child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God smiling on you and he frowning too, but only God knows what you go through. I already understand all of that. But if we say this is what it's got to be for you to be considered that, and when you see that God do, and when you see that God exceeds the standard that you set in place, you got to acknowledge that man is a superstar, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Did he fold in the moment? No, he stepped up in the moment.
That's why I said in the beginning that don't overlook that Brunson might have been the reason why Dallas went where they went last year.
Right.
Because now look where they went this year and look where we went this year. The NBA, the whole NBA, the fan bases, whether you like us or not, you don't like us, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that had votes and everything, they know they was wrong by not having this man into this all-star game. But what I can say now, right now, if they put it together, Eastern Conference all-star playoff roster, he is the starting point guard. Point blank, right now. He is the starting point guard.
Without question.
I'm going to go a little bit further. He's going to be a megastar, especially if he bring a chip. Superstar, he is, because he's in the biggest market that's been dying for a point general, a point guard, shining light upon us. You know what I'm saying? The fan base is behind him. And when a New York fan base gets behind you, what is Macho Man Randy Savage saying? What a rush. Yo, it's a rush with this guy being on the court, man. And I'm going to say it. Leading into next season, he's the number one point guard in the East, period.
Period.
Number one.
Period.
Just what he's doing night in, night out. He's hitting all, y'all, like I said, he's checking all the boxes. He's doing what he got to do. He's a leader. He's built for the city. He's not arrogant. He's not cocky. He's respectful. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, all them other big names you wanted and all that, hey, man, I said it. If you listen to point guards, I told you, you want that marquee player? I bought him Marquise. That's his middle name. Want that marquee player? I brought in Marquise. So let's kill you something. Little Rick, you know, that's Jalen Brunson. You try to say I'm too small for the city. The tiny Archibald with braids. That's right. I'm on my gritty. This dude here, man, reminds me so much of tiny Archibald. And a lot of y'all people might be that's listening to this chat never seen or know who Tiny Archibald is or who he was, but they was like this, almost the same height, same craftiness, same shiftiness with that left hand to get their shot on anybody. It's small, big, tall. Man, we got a guy in our city, and watch him recruit. Watch him recruit. You know how many people gonna be dying to play with this dude now? And he's with us.
There's thirst forming right now. And let me tell you, like, I'll go you one better. Jalen Brunson takes us to the Eastern Conference Finals, and he's immediately a Knicks legend.
Bim.
Immediately.
Bim.
Right. Yo, hey, listen, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something hilarious, right? So I'm hosting right now, but as I was changing the settings, I saw that the Cleveland Cavaliers have a live stream up, bro. So I click on the live stream and I see Knicks fans over there taking over their chat, bro. Knicks fans legit, it was over there taking over their chat, bro.
Trolling. Knicks fans better relax. We better chill till we get that.
We like,
son, they had to shut down 7th Avenue after the game. After the game,
shut it down.
They had to shut it. They had to shut down the avenue.
Yo, man, y'all don't even know, man. In front of the MSG, you know, when Wally and Monica and Alan Hahn, they in there after the game in there.
Right.
I was over there too. We was literally banging on that window yesterday. Banging. Yes. Bang, 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 bang. They yelling, Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5.
No, I told them, no, we're not saying that no more.
Let me say, like,
lowering yourself. Knicks in 13. What if Knicks go 13? That's a championship ring.
Whatever.
Ain't looking further than just now.
Right.
Let me just say this.
Go ahead, my guy.
If we finish this series as early as Wednesday, I'm worried we're going to have too many days off. I mean, let me just use for hockey reference. Go back to 2019, the 2019 Cup playoffs. After the Islanders swept the Penguins in the first round, they were off for a week before they got Carolina. What happened? Carolina swept them. We got to be ready, regardless if it's Milwaukee or Miami, if we get the W on Wednesday.
Tib, I feel what you're saying, and I am 100% sure that Tibbs will have these guys ready.
Yeah, he's not there. None of that's happening.
That's not happening under Tibbs.
If I could go back,
these cats is going to be practicing at playoff level intensity.
If I could go back to the Brunson conversation, I see it a little differently than you guys say. I agree with everything you're saying, but my concerns are different. My concern is about not whether Jalen is a superstar, being treated as a superstar. We consider a superstar if he's doing things we never seen before. My concern with Brunson is, do we have the right mix of players around him now that we have him in the building? Because we're just not going to get more Brunson. We had that with Carmelo, and we were so happy to have Carmelo that we stopped focusing on the pieces around Carmelo and the ability to get better around Carmelo. I don't want to get overly excited about having Brunson, marching him out there every night for and he's making $100 million. So compared to Carmelo's days, he's on like a half a Melo's contract back in the day. And could you imagine we would have a player that cheap? I just think he's going to have say-so for him signing the contract and playing well above his contract. He's going to have a lot of say-so on who plays around him and what makes him happy. You know, I just think this is Brunson's team. I just think the future is around Brunson. And if you're a piece now that don't fit, it don't matter. You don't matter because you're not the dog.
You saying long term or short term? Which one are you talking about?
Both. All this y'all told me about this flexibility. Y'all told me about these draft picks, how easy it is to move these pieces because so why would he say if we got flexibility, why am I gonna waste another year? He's not 22. You can't waste 3 years with him trying to figure it out with the wrong crew. Next year, if we're a second round team this year, which it clearly looks like we are, then we should be setting up to be Eastern Conference champions next year, Eastern Conference contenders. You should continue to progress. That's what I'm saying. You got to stop and look where you are and not get so nostalgic that you keep running out there with the same product and you miss an opportunity to say, which other piece is getting us where it is? This is Brunson's team. This is Brunson's city. And the other dude that's in Brooklyn that can play some ball outside of New York is Mikal Bridges. And he probably wants to play with Brunson. The whole city is Brunson.
But as a trade-off to that, you screw up the chemistry if Bridges comes to New York. At least in my viewpoint.
I don't know if you thought about that well because Brunson, Hart, and Bridges won national championships together.
Right.
You didn't think that went all the way through.
Yeah. And the thing too, though, just really quick, I think what it is these guys are all at the same stage of their career. Randall wants to win, quickly wants to win. RJ desperately wants to win, right? Brunson wants to win. It's in his and Josh Hart wants to win, right? And the thing about that is, even though they want to win, Mitch and everybody else on the roster, they want to win, right?
Yes.
But the organization is thirsty. And you know who's more thirsty than the players on the floor and the organization? The fans. The fans.
Because
right?
he's tired of the fans being on his neck. Yes.
Yeah.
Stolen by way of
the fans. I think the fans are really want to win. And I think, man, listen, the fact that Jay Boogie was in the building, I mean, come on. That's showing that the organization trying to connect with these fans. They know how thirsty these fans are.
That's a good point, Freeze.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to connect with these fans. They know these fans are dying for a championship, bro. We're craving, bro. We want a championship so bad, or at least be in the. We want a championship, but we at least want to be in the conversation first. Bro. They can't even do a post-game interview because dudes is banging on the glass. And Immortal and yo, they had to shut down a street. Shout out to the great American poet Chuck D. You know, so I don't know if people remember, but there was a joint called "Shut 'Em Down" back in the early '90s, and a Pete Rock remix to it, bro. That's what we at, bro. Listen, y'all noticed that we held Cleveland to 100 points 3 times. Anybody notice that?
Under 100. Yep.
Under 100, yeah.
Every one of the victories.
Yeah. Bro.
We have the number 1 defense in the postseason so far.
Bro, I'm telling you. This is what it is, bro. We in that place. I understand where GI is going, the future. But in this moment, in my mind,
I feel like I feel like a lot of the present is going to determine that future. So like I can't get too caught up on that because a
No,
lot of
what do
those.
y'all mean though? But what do you mean we've achieved in the present?
No.
Nobody said it. Nobody
Yeah,
said
but we haven't said that we haven't. I'm just saying that we aren't done yet. Like that's what I'm saying. So a lot of that future is going to be determined. You're calling us a second round team. You're calling us a second round team. What if we go further?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, what if we go further? That presents and who is pivotal in that particular push going further. Like these things are things you think about because, like, literally, if how things shake out, we could run it back with everybody, and financially, we could keep everybody we want to keep.
And see, that's what scares me.
If
Yeah,
that's not the road we want to go.
But that's what
But
I'm
see,
saying.
that's
That road is determined, I believe, by how much is accomplished now and what it looks like.
no, because you guys will conveniently ignore any injuries to other teams. You guys will conveniently ignore any
No,
matchup. No, let me finish, Keith.
I'm not ignoring
I'm
that.
Yeah, but that may impact how far we go. And that's what I'm saying. Step back and analyze that everything I'm saying either is not connecting. I'm saying step back where you are health wise. Look at everything. You got to the second round. You playing way with house money. You should now be saying, we're at a so when you're talking about from a business perspective and analyzing where your asset is compared to you're so far ahead of everybody else. Don't start now comparing yourself to them on the same timelines. Take advantage of your ability to pierce market with new products and new assessments. You're not on the same desperation. If the Miami Heat fail and now you're at the second level with them and they fail and you say, okay, they fail, we fail. No, their situation is different. They got a whole bunch of old dudes on their team. So no, we're not at the same level. I think you stop now and this is what you want to be in 3 years, regardless of where this goes after this round right here. Regardless.
I'm not okay. I think maybe you're mistaken what I'm saying. I'm not saying that no moves made or this, that, and the other. I'm saying the moves that will be made are very much determinant. I feel like on the performance of the now.
And I'm saying if Giannis is hurt, let's say the Bucks win, Giannis is hurt, we beat the Bucks. We start saying, okay, now we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's run this team back. And I say
No,
that will be
that's too holistic. That's too holistic, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying like you like the evaluation of who is who and what is what. Like who helped us? How? What elements did this player show in our push towards X, Y, and Z? Like we may have placed this player higher on the trading block, and maybe now that player is a little bit lower on the trading block now. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not. I'm not saying like the team made it so like keep everybody. I'm saying your evaluation of like the individual players even on that run can actually like influence what happens to them next individually.
Nothing's gonna happen to we got 7 to 8 games left tops. We got 7 to 8 games.
In your
left
opinion,
tops.
so what if we go to 9 games? So what if we go to 9 games?
That's exactly my point. That you just proved my point. Thank you. We got because I wanted to throw it out there. Let's say we got 12 games left. Let's say we got 12 games left.
Okay.
13, man.
You're
13.
saying
13.
Let's say we got 13 games left. You're suggesting something's going to happen with this team where some player is going to go out of his mind the next 13 games. You even if you think that was to happen, that would change the assessment player, and these players have been in your door. These three guys don't fit together, and Brunson is the key. You got to get more versatile. If it's versatile, you can't come back with 3 left-handed players. Even if the next 13 games, one of these lefties go bananas, you can't keep going about it the same way, Keith. You can't. You got to assume the
What you're
other
talking
teams
about going about, all I'm saying is the move that is made is going to be determinant on what can be determinant on possibly what it happens. I'm not saying no moves will be made. What I don't understand what you're
I'm not even
talking
talking
about.
about. No, I'm talking about your ability. What you're going to use as the basis to assess the players, Keith. You're saying you're going to use the next 13 players to
Dude,
the first
this
next.
is a whole.
No,
The
no,
playoffs is a whole
I'm
different
done.
season. The
Okay.
playoffs is a whole different season.
And just
Like that, like how these players perform during this season, I think is very much matters on how the team, how what you call it feels about them.
right. And so just real quick. So why is it okay that in that same scenario, if Boston did it, it's okay, but if the Knicks do it, then it's question marks?
What do you mean?
That can't be me.
Because Boston made it.
That's not to me.
Boston made the NBA Finals last year, right? And overall, the NBA fans feel confident that Boston, with their current, and I'm talking about from last year's perspective, with that current personnel, they felt like Boston can annually and be a perennial player at that level. But if the Knicks do it in y'all scenario, we have question marks.
Because the Boston Celtics have one of the top 5, not top 2, not top 1 players in the NBA. It's easy to put stuff around him. As much as I love Brunson, as much as we love Brunson, next week or in a month when things end, he'll never be considered a top 10 player, unfortunately, because he's only 6 feet tall. Every time down, it takes perfect scenario for him to get his. It don't take that. I watched that boy last night. When that boy wants to, Jason Tatum gets a layup when he wants to. That's why we're not building around a Jason Tatum. We're building around Brunson, and I'm trying to get him more soldiers around him so he ain't got to be Allen Iverson. How many championships did Allen Iverson win? How many championships have 6 feet superstars won in this league? We got to get around him soon, and Randall and RJ ain't it. I'm sorry. I'm not, and forget, and I'm not blessing one over the other. I'm saying both of them ain't the guys. With all these players running around the league getting it done, we got RJ and Randall around one of the best, a point guard. A point guard deserves real players around them now, not
no
tomorrow.
disrespect to that point, but that was like 30 years ago.
Can I say something?
I mean, no disrespect to the point because the point is taken. I get it, but that was 25.
My fault. Excuse me, Freezie, but my point is now. See how here we go once again. We undervaluing what we got, and we overlooking at somebody else's kitchen, wondering what the hell they baking and cooking.
Yeah,
I'm not doubting. What's called my man, the young man over there, Boston Tatum or Brown, their talent and what they have over there too. But they ain't got no Jalen Brunson over there neither. You understand what I'm saying? So
I don't disagree with that. I ain't disagree with that.
And they don't have a Tom Thibodeau either.
Exactly.
I ain't disagree with that. I talked about they also don't have an RJ. They got Brown over there next to that boy. We ain't got nothing as good as Brown on our team.
Okay, but now listen, we talking about a young player who's looking like he's about to pop and about to ascend. You know what I'm saying? Our third.
And Freezie did this. You talking to Freezie, not me. I didn't bring Boston up. Freezie did.
I'm just saying. I'm saying in general. I'm giving my take. My point to you is this: is that I'm so tired of worried about what somebody else is cooking in their house and not what we concentrating on, what we supposed to be doing in our house. And if we have not shown just recently in the last game player development, how we watched players that we thought could not play get into a playoff game at a crunch time situation and contribute. We developed them players. We developed Obi Toppin. We developed Miles McBride. We developed R.J. Barrett. We developed Mitchell Robinson. Those are our players. You understand what I'm saying? And we're not. I bet you, if somebody on the outside was looking in on us and be like, "I want him. I want him. I want him," we are undervaluing what we have. It's like looking at our own kids and like, damn.
If your whole take is a response to me, it's so unfair because you just named a bunch of players. You just named a bunch of players Talk to me
my
about
whole take is in
RJ
response
Talk to
to
me about
my
RJ Barrett.
my whole.
And I'll talk. I'll show you a
Hold on a second. Let
failure.
me finish. GI. My point, my whole take is to in general period is that we need to stop thinking about we might need to twerk our thing, but we don't know what we twerking. You understand what I'm saying? We might end up throwing something away that we should have held the hell on to.
You said you
talk.
mean twerking
You know
or
what I'm saying?
tweaking?
We're too busy thinking
You
I
mean
don't
about
know what
tweaking or
he's doing. He
twerking?
can have all that though. He done said twerking a bunch of times, and I'm like, I see his mind. I just let him go.
twerk. You know, twerking mean like we need to
No,
tweak, twerk,
tweak.
twerk. You know, my
No,
bad.
they're not interchangeable. No, sir, they're not interchangeable. No, sir. You got to pause one. You can work with.
Okay, I apologize. We got to tweak something. You know what I'm saying? We constantly feeling like we need to tweak something. Sometimes we need to leave some shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, fellas.
Hop off. I got some calls coming. I got to take care of some business, man. Blessings, help me.
Hey, it's good to see you, boss.
I talk guys, man. Love y'all. Keep doing.
Hey, happy birthday, man. We appreciate you, boss.
Appreciate that, man. 55 never felt so. It feels so good. And I just say, yo, if you younger than 55, please get to 55. You can feel how I feel, man. I got to double take the
Bro, I'm on my way. I'm right behind you.
And healthy.
Yeah. Now, GI, I'm not. What I'm saying, I'm just tired of us always feeling like we gotta constantly twerk something or tweak something. Excuse me, twerk. Yeah. I've been down in the South too long.
Yeah,
tweak something.
No twerk, bro. Don't twerk a damn thing.
Tweak something. Excuse me, damn.
Yeah, I'm not twerking nothing, bro.
Anyway, but I'm tired of feeling like because as soon as we thought we had to tweak something and we was going after Donovan Mitchell and how that blew up in our face and didn't work. You understand what I'm saying? Look what happened. If we made that move, we probably wouldn't be where we were. We're in the 5th seed. We'd probably be a playing team, to be real.
I'm just saying. I just got to be real. If I can, I just got to be real. Then I'm sure. I don't know how long Freezie rock. I just got to be real. I wanted to see more change. You're saying this guys are developing. Is Brunson making things easier for them this year? Is that development? I'll go with the development. The awards these guys are winning, most improved player, 6th man of the year. I'll go with the development. Too much is against me. I got to go with your theme. The problem is if you took Brunson off this team, the team looks exactly how it looks last year. And so it's one player controlling the ball and letting these other guys. RJ has not learned to play with the ball with the shot clock in his hand for 10 seconds. If it doesn't mean he's just diving down the hill. He can't reverse his field. He can't move around. It's just you can't have that next to somebody who's that ball dominant. He won't be able to get he's not a catch and shoot player. So that's what I'm saying. I'm analyzing it. Julius Randle has amazing handles, but unfortunately, he doesn't finish at the rim at a high rate. Tatum shouldn't be finishing at the rim easier than Randle, but it's because of how his build and it's cool. So that's what I'm saying. We have too many guys around Brunson that can't go get their own to make Brunson that much even better to where they can't trap him the way they want to trap him. Because you're trapping them, so now you're leaving other players one.
All right, well.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Sorry, I got some stuff that I got to do, man. We got to pay these bills. You know what I mean? Hey, Jets. Hey, Mets.
Yeah.
You a fan of football also?
Somewhat. More of a Giants guy than I am a Jets guy, to be fair.
Yeah. So,
I can't watch a lot of games since I'm stuck in the Carolinas.
Yeah, no doubt. We're gonna do some stuff this week. The NFL draft is this week, so we'll probably do some stuff, man. We want to send the invite to you. Just check us out on the thing, and we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk that talk the way that we'd like to have that talk to us. Everybody, we are out of here. We'll see y'all later.